What's up, everybody? It's Keefy from Ghost Cult Magazine, ghostcultmag.com, and I am here at Saint Vitus Bar in Brooklyn with Caustic Casanova. What is up?
Hello.
What's up?
Having
a good time.
How are you?
I'm awesome. Guys just killed it. We're here at the Magnetic Eye Record Showcase, the Day of Doom, which is fantastic. You guys played an awesome set. The people were flipping out over you guys.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Awesome to hear.
Yeah.
It's great to
Very
hear.
good to be here.
A lot of times we can't see too much from the stage because of the lights.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear that.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of energy and played some new stuff, played an awesome cover. It was a lot of fun. You guys have a brand new album out. Congratulations on that. It's
Thank you.
God, I envy the deaf. I'm going to say it just like that because I hear the sarcasm in the title. I think it's intended.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And definitely played some stuff off that. So really good time for the band. Super pumped for you.
Thank you.
so much.
We're very excited to be here.
Pumping time. It's pumping season.
It's pumping season, everybody.
Pumping season. It's pump.
But that's what our next album is going to be called.
I swear to God, if that
better
becomes the
table
album
that,
title,
guys.
I'm going to be very upset.
That's actually pretty much how I Envy the Deaf became the title of this record.
Because these two, Francis and Stephanie, they would like, I don't know, anytime they would go into like some conversation, I would always, like an asshole, just say, God, how I envy the deaf.
Pretty much he hates us.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
yeah.
well, every band kind
That's not
of
true.
loves and hates
We
each
love
other.
It's
it.
not true. We all
love each other.
we all
We're
love
family.
each other.
We all love each other.
Well, the music sounds like it makes you guys all make sweet, sweet love to each other. So
We do.
Thank you.
Every night.
That's what we're doing.
we will
feel
neither
it.
confirm nor disconfirm that.
All right. I feel it. Good stuff.
I'm just going to say that there is no video proof of that.
Well, thank goodness for that. Maybe God, I envy the blind. But
Yes.
no. Anyway,
Ooh.
ouch.
Next record.
This is your type 5.
This is my type.
he's got
Yeah, really. I
jokes.
don't really have jokes, but anyway, you guys killed it. Super stoked. The new record's great. And you guys just started touring, so you guys are on tour now. Is this your second show? Or
This is our first show of this run. We did like basically a 7 to 8 week tour in the summer, and then had a month break for the record release show back at home, and just kind of to regroup. And so this is day 1 of basically all of November. So we'll be hitting the South, and then we'll be back around like the 24th.
Word.
Yep.
Awesome. And any other festivals or things that are booked you can talk about yet for later in the year or early next year?
We do have some stuff for next year. I don't know if we can talk about it though.
But we're playing the Backyard on Bell Fest in Denton, Texas.
That's this month.
That's this month in November. So that's a festival of some kind.
Nice. That's right outside of Austin, I believe.
Right outside of Dallas.
Oh, outside of Dallas?
Dallas.
That's actually November 22nd, Friday, November 22nd, with some really awesome bands.
You guys playing the Book Depository on November 22nd? Anyway, terrible. Anyway, sorry. Let's talk about Magnetic Eye. So they put your record out. You guys are on the label. Mike is awesome. How did you guys come to get on the label and connect with Mike and be part of this awesomeness?
Well, we had been kind of searching for someone to put out our record after our last record was on Kyles's old label, Retrofuturist. And, they just kind of decided to take a step back from the label for a little bit. And, we kind of wanted to continue on a label, and we just wanted more people to hear it. And Magnetic Eye Records is one of the labels that had just been on our radar for a really long time. We love the bands on it. We love what they're doing. We love their enthusiasm about the scene, and it just seemed like a natural fit. So we just basically sent them an email and said, if you guys are interested, here are the raw tracks, and let us know. And they were. So.
And one thing that I was talking about with some people outside, which is that our tour, all the touring that we've done over the years, like really paid off, because when they were talking about maybe signing us, like Mike had a post on Facebook that was like, should I sign one of these 5 bands? And a lot of people said, I should definitely sign Caustic Casanova. Like, we met them here, we met them here, we met them here. And I remember seeing that and thinking, it really paid off that we try to be nice to everybody and have gone to so many different places. And I know that really helped them decide to sign us, was that, we've been around a lot, so a lot of people know who we are.
Basically, don't be a dick, and you might be on a cool record label someday.
That's pretty
It's
much like
fantastic advice
our life.
for all
That's
bands.
pretty much our life philosophy.
Yeah.
Don't
Like-
be a dick. Try not to suck.
Don't be an asshole. Just be a nice person, and
don't suck
That's all you
at
need.
music.
And don't suck at music. Be a good
Practice.
band.
Practice and be nice.
Nice. Well, you guys have definitely got all that working for you. Another thing I wanted to talk a little bit about the band, for those that aren't familiar and need to get familiar, catch up, yo, is, you know, I like that, like, you guys are, in a way, sort of different than all the other bands here today, and different for the label, like, certainly have stuff in common, the same DNA as everybody else, riffs and jams and cool shit, but I hear, like, other stuff in this band that, you know, you can kind of walk into different worlds, sort of like also alternative rock, also like proto metal, also like MC5, also Black Sabbath, also everything else. I hear like punk, I hear all, like indie rock, I hear everything in there. So clearly you guys all have different backgrounds and different stuff. What are like some of the bands? I guessed at some bands, but what are some of the bands you guys are influenced by?
We'll try to keep this short because we can talk
Yeah.
about this for a long time.
I grew up playing in punk bands, and I listened to a lot of punk and hardcore. I have a jawbreaker tattoo that should tell you what I'm all about. I also really love like Kid Dynamite, Lifetime, that New Jersey hardcore scene that was coming out around the late '90s, early 2000s. I love the Bouncing Souls, love Minor Threat, love Gorilla Biscuits, loud, fast. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've been getting really into like the progressive rock from like the 70s and 80s lately. I think many of us in this band are really into that, but I had never really taken the deep dive. Like King Crimson is one of my favorites lately. I just started digging into Porcupine Tree lately, and my mind is blown. In Absentia has been like the only thing I've listened to the last week. But the first show I ever went to that got me really into music was Thursday from New Jersey. I fucking love them, and Tucker Rule was like the first drummer that I ever claimed influence by, and yeah, so you know, there's Thursday, there's emo, hardcore, whatever you want to call them, and then there's progressive rock, and I'm really into Queens of the Stone Age, so it's a mixture of everything, pretty much.
I'll say Rush is my favorite band of all time, but since Andrew took punk and Steph took progressive rock, I'll say I'm really into like noise rock, Jesus Lizard, Melvins, Unsane. I love feedback and that clanky guitar and clanky bass sound.
Ooh, I want to add to that noise rock thing. I am absolutely batshit nuts for Kowloon Walled City.
Yes, that band is amazing.
Love that band so
I'll have
much.
to check them out. I don't know that band.
They're super awesome. And so now we'll let Jake pick something that's not any of those things.
So when I was growing up, just like learning to play guitar, I cut my teeth like just on Led Zeppelin, and like White Stripes are another band I really loved growing up. But then I got into prog rock and like Mars Volta. King Crimson's been one of my favorite bands since I was really young. But I'm also really into like math kind of stuff, like Battles and Don Caballero. And I also love shoegaze, like My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive have always been one of my favorite bands. But I also love like Leonard Cohen and classical music and Neil Young. Like I work at a record store in the daytime, so I just have access to all these different types of music, and I really don't turn anything away unless it's like generic, you know. But what does that mean anyway, right?
I mean, I think we all like all of that stuff that has been talked about. So that's another thing. It's none of us like hate any of what we just talked about, which is cool. Like,
so we have common ground, but then we also, you know.
There's a lot of Venn diagrams going on.
Yeah.
Nice. I dig it. Any final thoughts as we wind this down so I can let you guys get back to your fun night and your merch table and check out some of the other bands playing today?
Listen to our new record, God, How I Envy the Deaf.
Out on Magnetic Eye Records.
Yep.
Killer. I'm Keefy from Ghost Cult Magazine, Caustic Casanova. You've been awesome. I appreciate you. We're here at Saint Vitus Bar. We're out, and you're doomed.